want to tell you a little bit of what unfolded for Jarrett's deer hunt. I'm sitting here in the blind a couple days later after his successful first deer harvest. I had to come back in and get my blind, but we didn't get the kill on video because everything happened so quick. What had happened was, as I was getting things settled in the blind, Jarrett was looking through he asked for my rangefinder so he could range some of the distances out here to our left, and I gave him the rangefinder and he was pointing out trees and telling me how far everything was, and I was getting my buck bomb out of my bag to spray outside the blind, and he had pointed out a tree over here to my left that it was 25 yards, and he wanted me to look at it. So I looked over, and while he was pointing that out, I just happened to look about 10 yards further to the right of where he was pointing out, and there stood the deer, which was a buck, and I hurried up and got him at a position that he could, take the shot. Now, I had to rig the crossbow in the blind so that he was able to hold it in a fashion that he could, do so. So what I did was I took a blue bungee cord and hooked it to one of the rods up in the top of the blind, and took the other end of the bungee cord and hooked it through the bottom of the scope. That would alleviate some of the weight off of the crossbow for him. Well, when the deer stepped into our open view, about, I'd say, 30 yards, he couldn't bring the bow down onto the deer because the bungee cord wasn't allowing him to. It would raise it back up, so I had to hurry up and unhook the bungee cord from the scope and then place Jarrett on my lap. And while I was sitting in my chair with him on my knees, I was holding the crossbow with my left hand while he was sitting aimed up on the crossbow. And the deer had started walking out here along the ridge, and I was moving the bow to where the deer was at, and he kept looking in and looking out of the scope, and finally I got the deer to stop. I bleated at it, and of course he stopped, and from my vantage point all I could see was his hind quarter. And Jarrett told me that he was on the deer, and before I could even say anything, he shot, and then the next thing I know, I see the deer turn, and I could see a good bit of my arrow sticking out of what I thought was his hind quarter. What I could see, that's all I could see. Well, apparently Jarrett's viewpoint was the front shoulder back to the back of the deer. And the whole time in my mind I'm thinking that he hit the deer on the hind quarters. So we waited about 20 minutes or so, and we walked over, and I think that's where this video is going to pick up on, other than as far as the deer's concerned. Now, what also happened was, after we had seen the deer, I may edit this, but I may not. The deer was still alive. He did hit the deer in the spine, but he did also catch the liver or the kidney. I don't know which one was which, but he did hit one of the organs. In doing so, the arrow slipped into its spine, and that's what paralyzed the deer to drag itself down off the mountain about 60 yards from where he initially shot the deer. So I'm gonna let the video speak for itself, and unfortunately there was no time to get the kill on camera. It took with it roughly about 45 seconds to a minute from the time we seen the deer to the time that he had shot. So once again, there was no camera time, but I let the video roll right after the shot. Of course, as many will see, Jarrett has hat head. His hair's wild, so he wasn't too happy about that. But you know, it didn't matter. It was his first kill. I was extremely overwhelmed with joy and happiness. It's something that I've been working so hard for him to accomplish, and my dad as well had some misfortune the same day in the afternoon. He missed a buck about 15 yards, and unfortunately his arrow went through a laurel limb, so he's still at it. And I'm hoping that as I speak right now, this is Monday afternoon, November 6th, 5th, that hopefully tomorrow he connects with a good buck that he's been, you know, after. So maybe we'll have a third generation harvest this year with the crossbows here in Pennsylvania and state game lands. So I'm sure something will happen for him. At least I hope it does. So until then, I'm gonna end this with the video of Jarrett's hunt after the shot, and I hope everybody enjoys it. Hey, what just happened?
I just shot a buck.
Stand up, go over here and sit.
I was in the rangefinder. I was looking down over in there, looking for a stick or a tree that was at least 25 yards. I got one that was exactly 25 yards, and Dad said there was a buck. So I had to move over and sit on his lap and get the crossbow up. So I got that up, and he started moving along down there, and he stopped, and I couldn't get the bow up. So, and he was looking straight at us, so we had to stop and wait a little while. So
he was standing right in there about where that laurel is.
So when he was over by this laurel, there was a little gap opening where I saw his shoulder, and I shot.
How's it feel, man? Huh?
Awesome.
What is he? What's he look like? What do you think he is?
6 point.
Is he a 6?
I think. I saw 2 up here and 2 brown tines. I'm shaky.
Hey, did the buck bomb work?
If we find him,
if we find him, he's down over the mountain where I shot my buck and where my buck ran to. We got an all-day drag, buddy, if we find this deer.
Or a pole.
I just hope you didn't hit him on the front shoulder, but I think when he turned and ran, I think the arrow didn't have much penetration. So I think you might have hit him either on the hind quarter or the front shoulder. I couldn't really tell by the way he was standing.
He was standing like this, and I was aiming like right up in here, like in front of the...
Okay.
Because I only saw an opening. It was either his butt, which I wouldn't kill him, or that part. So I shot at that part.
Okay, well, if you hit him in the butt, maybe you hit the femoral artery. That's an artery that goes up through the hind quarter that'll make them bleed just like they were shot in the heart. But if you hit him in the shoulder, there's a lot of arrow sticking out. So I don't think he had that much penetration. Okay. So we'll just sit here for a little bit and...
A little shaky.
That was hard holding the bow, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because this was coming down, you're making the aim over here.
Well, I was pointing the bow in the direction that the deer was.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get you to do the rest. It was hard to hold the bow.
Yeah.
That's how quick it can happen. He popped up right over here.
Rangefinder, that stick,
yep.
Right there. See,
he popped up right there.
That went down like that. It's right there.
And then right here was the perfect shot. Right.
Yeah, but I couldn't get the bow on
The perfect shot was right there. But I had to get him to stop. So he stopped right down in there somewhere. I hope you put a good hit on him. Are you pumped? That's awesome, man. Proud of you. Proud of you.
It's just if we find him, it's our only hope.
Yep. His horns were really high, weren't they?
Yeah, they went up like boo.
I think he's a 4 or 5 point.
He looked like a 6.
He might be.
Shaky.
No time for the camera that time. That happened quick. He smelled that buck bomb, remember? Because I sprayed it.
Yeah, he came in.
All right, well, we're
gonna sit here for a little while.
yeah, we'll sit here for a little while. Oh, you ready to go look for this blood?
Yeah.
Or the arrow?
Yeah, I hope I at least got him.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, let's take our time and let's just sneak over to where we think he was standing at, okay? I think it was right down in here. I think it was right down in here. Yeah, I think it was over this way. Let's see which he would have ran down over the hill here. There's the arrow, bud.
Oh my God.
You got him, buddy. Look the arrow off.
Oh.
Look at all the blood. That's a tree down there. He ran down the same way. See all the blood on it?
Hair.
You got blood, buddy.
I just said he dropped.
He went down the...
That hill.
Yep, he went down in. Oh, buddy, look at the blood.
Man, all this stuff is just peppered with blood. Dad, if all this blood's hanging out, and I got him. Probably. I'm having his horns on the plat. Can you please make it up in the night for me?
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to tell where you hit him, though.
Yeah. Might have hit him in the artery.
Let me see it.
Because it is very bloody.
What do you think now?
I think I got him.
Well, we don't have him, but you hit him, right?
Yeah, there's blood everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna let him go a while, okay? I just wanted to see where it went. You got about 3 inches of arrow in him.
Yeah, it's enough to at least kill him.
You know, as long as you made a good shot.
Just look at all the hair and the blood.
Yep. Okay. So, what do you say?
Stay tuned.
You don't know what to think, do you?
No, I really don't.
You're looking at one of the happiest pets. I've been trying to do this for him for 2 weeks, 2 years. He had opportunities on gobblers in the spring, and
Awesome.
It's tears of joy. Mixed emotions.
Glad we came this morning. Right?
We got a buck on the ground.
That's 2 of them. We filled in our tags. We can go for foxes now.
Fox squirrels.
Yeah. Can't wait to get him.
He put the smack down on him. He hit him in the hind quarterback, and I think it was a spine shot.
He was paralyzed. He couldn't move his back
He dragged
legs.
himself down the hill here.
He couldn't move.
I stopped up here at the top of the hill because I was going to back out, and I just happened to look down the hill and I could see him trying to get up. So
he couldn't get up. I pinned him down on his back legs.
We stood up here and watched him for about 15 minutes, and I could tell he wasn't getting up, so I decided to go back up and get the crossbow, and needed to finish him off. But I didn't feel comfortable of him trying to sneak down here with me to put the final shot on him. So I asked Jarrett if he wanted me to finish him off, and he said to do so. So out of camera range, I went down about 20 yards, 25 yards, and I shot him through the neck. We got a buck on the ground. So proud of you, boy. You have no clue how proud I am. You know how proud Pat Baker's gonna be. Love you, buddy. You ready to get down and put your hands on him? Go up to him. Easy. Hey. I want you to kick him in the butt. Hey, go up on him easy. Hold on. Take your time. Take your time. Hold on. Check his butt. Is he done?
Yeah.
Huh? What do you think?
Awesome.
Buddy, he's a 6-point.
I told you.
Look at that. Good job. Hey, you made a good shot on him, babe.
Where?
You made a heck of a good shot on him. Hey. That's a good shot. Yourself a 6-point, buddy.
Look at all that blood running down.
You made a good shot.
Thank you, Lord.
Huh?
Thank you, Lord, for this day.
You are just all messed up right now, aren't you? You are all messed up right now. You just killed your first deer and it's a 6-point. Huh? Give me some knuckle, buddy. You know how many people are going to be so proud of you? That is awesome, man. I am so proud of you. This is what I've been working on for you. That is awesome. What we're going to do, we're going to drag him back up the hill.
Okay.
Okay?
And get pictures.
Yep. We're going to get all kinds of pictures. Alright, so we're going to cut the camera off for a little bit. Okay? How come you always get the easy part?
Because.
Huh?
Because.
That's not fair. I think I'm going to let you drag it the rest of the way out.
No.
Look how far down in there we were. I'm gonna get it up there to that pine tree, and then it's your job to take it the rest of the way. Okay?
Okay.
Huh? What's wrong? Huh? Come on, you're a big boy. You play football.
Hard.
What?
Oh, I see the truck.
Come on, take it to the truck.
At least you carry this.
What?
With the stuff on my back.
Wind it up a little bit.
I'll wind it up if you carry this stuff.
Yeah, just give me the crossbow.
Only the crossbow, really?
Yeah.
I prefer the backpack too.
Huh?
I prefer the backpack too.
Look here. What'd you say?
I prefer the backpack too.
What's all over your face?
Deer blood.
What's deer blood from? Why you got deer blood on your face? Look here.
It's a tradition.
What tradition?
I forget what it's called.
Initiation.
Yeah.
You look like an Indian warrior. Come on, you only got about 100 yards. You're doing good. What's wrong?
It's unraveling.
Well, wind it up. Wind it up further, that way you're not pulling the whole deer. Wind it up further. All right, I'm gonna take it the rest of the way out, okay? Just because I love you and it's your first deer. Okay? All right. Tell everybody until when? Next year?
Until next year. Stay tuned.
Something else I wanted to point out. I'm standing in the spot that I shot my 7-point in on October 30th. No, I didn't recover my deer until the 31st, which was the following day, Wednesday. But where I'm standing at, and if you look in back of me, right behind me, it was only 60 yards from where Jarrett shot his buck to where I shot mine. It was an awesome year archery hunting in this area for the past 2.5 weeks, and very successful. It was awesome. And to have my son be successful just made it all that much more better. So until next year and deer season in Pennsylvania, I hope it just keeps getting better. So until then, stay tuned.